Alright, getting on to Tiandi by popular demand. If you want to be a part of the next video I make, subscribe so you can see my community tab and vote on the next one. There's just starting off, lightning steps, light, light, thunderclap, light, heavy, and typhoon whirl, heavy, heavy. These can be performed in any direction, will still give you the same outcome. The pommel strike, which is dot forge, bash, light. Now this does end your chain, but Tiandi has something specific called dodge recovery, which on the recovery of any attack that he has, he will be able to dodge out of it. So normally if I heavy, and I stand there, if you watch my guard, the second that my white pops back up is my recovery time ending. That is when my recovery time is over. Instead of waiting for that recovery time, I can dodge straight into a different attack. So light recovery ignored, straight into dodge forward light. Next one that we're going to be getting on to is all of his dodge attacks, which can be dodge recovered out of. So you don't have to specifically dodge into the forward dodge bash, you can dodge into any attack that he has, or out of any attack that he has. So heavy, you can dodge into bash. Any attack that can be performed out of a dodge can be dodge cancelled out of an attack, if that makes sense. So I will show you here, any attack can be dodge cancelled, so heavy, light, zone. The first part of the zone cannot be soft fainted out of, only the second part. And I also want to say Tiandi has a dodge light from every direction, he has a dodge heavy from every direction. Any attack, basic or not, so light, heavy, zone, bash, anything that you throw, you can dodge recovery out of. Your dodge attacks can be dodge recovered. You cannot dodge recovery into a neutral attack like a zone. So if I try to dodge an input zone, it'll input light. All you can do is dodge into the attacks and the options that are given out of the dodge direction you selected. Moving on to Tiandi's main bread and butter. His whole mix-up is dodge forward. If they don't dodge, they eat a bash light. If they do dodge, you dodge forward light and catch them while they're dodging. Now his other mix-up is his zone, which is light and heavy at the same time. The first part of the zone, if you press guard break afterwards, and then heavy, you can do a follow-up pounce. But the zone can be soft fainted, which we talked about soft feints before. You do not have to hard feint, which is just pressing the feint button. You can just press guard break. Now this kick can be soft feinted out of if it lands, or you could just dodge out of it completely. So that's a dodge cancel. So again, just with the dodge recovery, the kick can be dodge canceled into any move, which can again be dodge recovered. So the kick can be feinted as well into a guard break, which guarantees heavy. Or it can just be hard feinted if you wish, but I do recommend soft feinting it, as it's much smoother and harder to read. Now we're going to talk about Tiandi's dodge heavies here, because they are very special. They can be feinted. They can also be dodge cancelled. Except the dodge forward heavy. The dodge forward heavy can be cancelled, but it cannot be dodge cancelled out of. So your max damage heavy parry punish is a zone into your mix-up. That's going to be your best punish for heavies here. So for light parry here is a heavy attack into your mix-up. You always want to do your top heavy, that's going to be your max. Tiandi has a running heavy, which leads into his kick. The kick after the running heavy acts like his in-chain kick. You can perform the chain kick after heavy, after zone, but not in-chain heavy. You cannot. Neutral heavy, you can. In-chain heavy, you cannot. The only way to go into a bash after this would be to dodge forward bash. And that is the beginner's guide on Tiandi. If you have any more questions, let me know. Join the Discord. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video or live stream. Bye-bye.